Hello everyone, welcome back to Games on Fast Forward 2025 Fall Edition. I think that's like the 7th or 8th time I've said it today. Anyways, we got a Super Punch Out by SebastianImage, commented by 45.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, if you guys want to take it from here, go ahead.
Alrighty. We've got once we get the fights going, once Sebastian starts going through the game, we can go ahead and explain what's going on throughout the run, what strategy Sebastian's going to be using, and etc.
I'm like overthinking this file, man. Okay, that works.
Alright, just give me a countdown.
Alrighty,
Alright.
on go. 3, 2, 1, go.
And we're off.
Alrighty. So, Gabby J, first fight here. It's a very simple fight that just teaches you the fundamentals. A lot of what you're going to be seeing throughout this run are what are called buffer strategies. So in this game, when you input an action, you can then get another action on the same frame by just holding down a button. So in this case, you saw Sebastian doing a bunch of left jabs. So when he did the first left jab, he inputted up and left on the again by just holding down the button, and he was able to get it on the first frame. And then now you saw a quick dodge to a right jab that just gets a counter setup. You did see him pause during the fight. Those are allowed. All it does is just allow the super meter to fill up. If we don't pause throughout the run to fill up our super meter, that just means that we would have to do a second low super, and it would mean it would be a lot slower over time. So right now, Bear Hugger, a lot tougher of a fight here, but he ended up going for safer strats. There is a faster strategy for this fight, but it's a lot more tight, and we just want to be as safe as possible throughout this run.
Except for this, though.
Yeah, that's a 1 in 4
That would've been
chance.
that would've been so funny if I had that.
That would have been fun. That would have been funny. But yeah, bear upper, that's a 1 in 4 chance. A lot of this run actually is dependent on RNG, but throughout the minor circuit, there's not so much RNG. There are a lot of safe strats that just remove RNG altogether. So you don't really have to shoot for like risky strategies such as bear upper. But throughout the major circuit onwards, there's going to be a lot more fights that are going to be dependent on RNG, and it's going to require Sebastian to react to many different patterns, depending on what the fighters do and depending on the buttons that he decides to press.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
And Piston Hurricane, probably the easiest
Frame
task I have in the game. Yeah, that is a frame perfect with the single segment strategies that he's going for. Yeah, a lot of it. I mean, Sebastian, if you ever want to chime in, feel free to do so. But I know you're trying to focus on the run. But
Yeah.
most of these fights are very simple in the minor circuit. Once we get out of the minor circuit, that's when the real run starts. See right there, just then again, pausing to let the super meter fill up, making sure that he can get enough super meter. That way he doesn't have to do like an extra super. It would just be unnecessary. And you're seeing the boxers going into like this dizzy animation. Every single fight in this game has a built-in dizzy meter. So once you reach a certain amount of stun threshold that each boss has, you can get them into a dizzy animation. And if you hit a punch on a specific frame, which you can see Sebastian just doing a lot of buffer strategies for it, he will be able to knock down the boxer with a single punch. Some of them does have to be high super. Other times you can just do it with a normal punch. Most of the time you are just going to be seeing it with a super, mainly just because of the health refills when the boxer gets up for the second time. Normally with a punch, the health refills would be a lot more, but because you're doing it with a super, the health refills are going to be a lot less.
I will say I did get bull dodge, which is what a 1 in. I don't know the odds for bull dodge, but
I think,
it's
well, I
pretty rare
think that
thing to
just
see.
means yeah, it's kind of a rare occurrence. So Bob Charlie here. It's a first instance of RNG. There's a random chance that he just decides to
Okay.
dodge these jabs. So yeah, now that we got the Dizzy a lot later than we expected, his health refill is going to be a lot higher, which means you're not going to be able to just immediately knock him down with a high super. But, oh, there we go.
Sorry about
Never mind.
that.
Yeah, never mind. No, because most of the time, if you go past a certain timer, a timer threshold, the boxer's health refill is going to be too much to the point where it's not going to allow you to knock him down immediately. But luckily, we got good health refill there.
Yeah.
Usually with this game, the magic number that you don't want to cross is 9 seconds. 9 seconds is usually when health refills tend to be a little bit weird, a little bit finicky, and you would have to adjust your strategy accordingly. And now with Champ, there is a 50-50.
ever.
Yeah, time for a 50-50 here. And he got good RNG.
Okay.
So he got the good 50-50, and then there's another 50-50 on top of that, where he can either do a long heal or he can do a short heal. Depending on which one he
The heal,
gets, he
like-
can either get a 7-second time or an 8-second time.
Yeah. And the heal I got in this case was a short heal.
Yes. Yeah, a lot of the strats have gone through some development. Dragon Champ being one of them, where with that strategy that Sebastian specifically went for, you can either get a high 7-second. Wow, you went for that.
I always
that
go
was
for
awesome.
that.
That is awesome.
I always do that backup whenever. Yeah, so that was a backup made by Gamer Tag. Cool, you'll see Run Cuphead. Oh. Cool, you see Run Cuphead DLC all levels.
The best category.
Yes. So basically, you saw Sebastian doing a double quick dodge into a left body blow. And that left body blow actually hits him on the last possible frame, and he was able to get more of a super meter fill. And it also makes it so that his stun is a lot higher. So he just has to do just one extra punch instead of just doing multiple extra punches to refill his super meter, and then just adjust his dizzy threshold.
Yeah,
Now
I went for
Sandman.
a little bit safer because normally you do a left jab after the right body counter on the uppercut, but I opted for a left body blow because it's I don't know exactly why it makes it more likely to dizzy, but it just makes it more likely to dizzy.
No, so with specific strategies. Oh, nice 1337. So with certain patterns, which the pattern that he got, you can get away with doing a left jab if let's say he let the jab through and then he blocked afterwards. His dizzy meter is not going to line up very well to where you can just do a jab and do the high rapids. You would have to do a left body blow, which the left body blow actually stun, and then you can do high rapids. So it all just depends on the different strategies that you're going for and different patterns that just lets you get the dizzy off. Yeah, now that we're out of the major circuit, we're on to the world circuit, which the first two fights of the world circuit are relatively simple. Once we get past these first two fights, that's when the true RNG gauntlet begins.
Yeah. Now we go after Heike, we go into the red zone.
Which is a very RNG heavy filled area.
Yeah, which is a marathon of 2, 4,
It is
like 5
6
or
fights.
6 fights. Yeah, 6 fights. Which all are very RNG dependent. With the last one coming down to a 50-50 if you're gonna get a good time or not.
Yes. So Heike here actually went through actually a pretty cool development where it actually eliminated one part of RNG in phase 2. And now it just makes this fight relatively simple as long as there it is.
Yep. I messed that up
You
in a practice run I had.
Yeah, that just eliminates the RNG. In the older stretch, he would do low rapids there during his initial punch, just like that. But then he would have a 50-50 of either dodging or blocking, and that just eliminates that RNG and just gives you a very consistent time. And now it's time for the gauntlet of RNG, the red zone.
Mm-hmm.
So first up is Mad Clown. Mad Clown is very annoying, to say the very least, when it comes to patterns. That's actually a very good pattern to start off
Yeah, it's
with.
like, yeah, one of the better patterns. If everything
there's a
goes
lot.
well, I could get like a 10-second fight.
Yes. Ooh. Okay.
Like it's safe.
Nice. Not bad. I mean, we'll take a 14. Actually, this is the 13th second time.
I was like yeah, 13.
Yeah, so Clown unfortunately had a lot of different patterns here. So on the first phase, he could either take both the jabs, just take one of the jabs, or take none of them. And then you have to factor in that he can retaliate as well. So you have a lot of variations to account for. And then Macho can also be a very notorious run killer when it comes to just making sure that he can let you run through on phase 2 or not.
Okay. That was like
703 is good.
okay. I was too slow for. Yeah, I could have gotten to 711 if I was just like a frame faster with that. That counter looked a little sketchy.
And Macho was being nice. He was actually
Eddie.
very nice right there. We take it.
Yeah, last time, for those who remember the last time, he was not very nice.
So Macho has a random chance to exercise there, and it can essentially lead to either a 13-second, a 14-second, or even a 15-second, depending on how the patterns line up. So it can be a very heavy run killer, to say the least.
Yeah.
At the top level, most of the time you want him to not exercise, and then just basically gamble on special circuit. Which, speaking of special circuit, we're going into that
Narcissus
right
Prince, it's Michael.
Oh my god, Michael!
now. So, Narcissus Prince, very notorious for being the most RNG heavy fight in the game, and actually went through a lot of redevelopment. That is a very good phase 1. Wow. Went through a lot of different developments here. That is a very good health refill. Nice. Wow. Okay.
Oh my
That
god!
is very good. That is very good. A 9-second doesn't happen that often.
Damn.
The average fight that
Didn't I get a 9 last time too?
Did you?
Probably.
I'm gonna check.
I think I remember that.
Yeah, the average Narcissus time would be a 12-second. So a 9 is very rare to come by. But then here's the next RNG barrier. It's just Hoy.
Alright.
Can we get a $9
Oh,
donation for 9 Narcissus?
That's true. So unfortunately,
Izzy,
Sebastian
please,
did
thank
get
you.
a shove. So the shove, basically, if you ever get a shove throughout the entirety of phase 1, it resets his entire dizzy meter, and you have to start from scratch, which makes it just harder to dizzy him. Nice.
Okay, I had no clue where he was gonna be. But I had a feeling he was gonna be close to that attack.
Yeah, you went deep enough into the attack script for it.
Nice.
15's not bad. Considering the RNG that he gave you, 15's not
Yeah,
bad.
considering the circumstances, it could have went way worse.
Yeah, Hoy can very easily snowball into being as far as a 20-second fight if everything just goes horrible. Luckily, Rick here at the start of the fight is actually non-RNG until you get to phase 3. Phase 3, that's when he decides whether you're gonna get a 11-second, a 14-second, or a 16-second time, which is about a 5 and 8 that he can a 5 and 8 chance that he can take the high super on phase 2.
Yeah. What's the chance that he could retaliate if he misses?
Can
on
I
the
read
lower-
the donation real quick after this fight?
Go
Yeah.
for it.
Go ahead.
Alright, donate. We got a $25 donation from mine. Sebastian kind of looks like Mad Clown in jail.
Okay, mine. Okay, Mr. Banana Man. When was the last time
Oh
you
my
watched that
God.
banana suit?
Alright, so here we got Nick, the hardest fight that we've got.
Please? Oh my god.
Oh, wrong 50. So, since Sebastian is playing on Wii U, if I'm right,
Yeah.
there's a lot of input delay
Crap.
when it comes to playing on Wii U, so it's tougher to get a reaction counter. If you're playing on original hardware, it's a lot easier. Nice. See, that's an example of a buffer where you have to hit him on a specific frame to get him knocked down.
Yep.
But because he's on Wii U, it's a lot tougher to react to the counters if you're playing on something like original hardware or even on Switch with the undocked
Crap.
mode, like handheld mode. It's actually a lot easier when it comes to reacting because you have a less input delay.
Holy threes.
Look at all the threes.
Can we get a $3,333
Alright.
donation? Okay, don't do it. I'll go with the 500.
Alright.
Small steps.
That's time.
Time.
Yeah.
15:56:78. That's a
Nice.
5,
Pretty
6,
good
7, 8 on the
arcade
timer.
And,
5, 6, 7, 8. I love that.
Alright, and for those wondering what that was in game time, that was a 320.31.
Jail.
That's actually pretty good.
This could have been a sub 3 run if Nick had gone favorably.
Indeed, yes.
I golded Rick too in the process.
Dang.
There you go. It looked like a really good Rick fight.
Yeah. Yeah, my gold was like an 1133 before this. Oh yeah, I should probably X my incentives.
Oh yeah, true. We did meet the incentive. Who was it that? Let me
Yeah,
check.
arcade punch out.
Yeah.
Arcade punch out. Let's go.
Yeah.
I'm checking who like did the. Okay, it was Lewis.
I think it was
Who was
Lewis,
Mr.
yeah.
Incentive, yeah.
Yeah, I literally saw him like do it.
Well, this will be entertaining to see.
Shabby gay.
I did like one practice run of this at like arcade. 'Cause I've done runs before. I think my PD is like a like sub 4 or like RTA.
Alright. Yeah, share your screen whenever you're ready, and we'll.
Alright, yeah. Alright. I guess I'll just stop the credits.
Yeah, this will be interesting to see. Arcade punch out is not played enough. It's not played enough of a game.
Yeah, you're gonna have to hold up. This my controller plugged in? No, I did this. Oh wait, hold on. Oh, there we go. Oh no, why's my controller not working?
No worries, we got time.
You try a different cable.
Is it not charged?
It's a wired controller.
Gotcha.
Sorry for the technical difficulties. Why is it not working?
There you go.
Yeah, I'm using.
All right, so the incentive is arcade punch a first loop. I feel like it's somewhat obvious, but if, for those who are uninformed, could you explain the what
Yeah.
the incentive is about?
Okay, so arcade punch out. I'm just playing through the first loop. There's 5 fights, and the game just loops after you beat Mr. Sandman. So I'm just doing only the first loop of the game. Why is this not working?
Yeah, so it's a very short segment.
Yeah.
Normally in like a full run you would do all 5 loops. But since we're just on a time
I
crunch,
guess.
we'll
Okay.
do just
Yeah.
one loop.
I guess I'll just use Joy-Cons. Oh, there's.
One Joy-Con run.
The
No,
one.
no, I'm using both. I'm using both. Wait.
Arcade punch out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, freaking Joy-Con is drift.
Ladies and gentlemen, Blast Go!
So yeah, a lot of
I did
the
not-
same stuff you're gonna see where it's gonna
Right, left, right, left, right, left,
manipulate his guard.
right foot, right, left, right.
And with some of these fights you can knock him out in one phase if memory serves me right.
Yeah, like that.
Great fighting. You're an up-and-coming boxer. Piston Hurricane.
Yeah, it's just rare to come by arcade punch out, like especially when you've got the 3 main installments. So a lot of people would just know mainly the 3 installments compared to the arcade series, which the arcade series is actually a very underrated series.
Great fighting.
I've been meaning to beat Arcade Super Punch Out. I still haven't beat that yet.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing in the red corner,
Oh.
right. Left, left, left. One. Left, right foot,
But yeah, as you notice now, instead of
right foot.
manipulating his guard, you're just dodging with Ball Bull instead, because it's a lot tougher to manipulate his guard to get it to where you want it to go.
Go, go.
Okay, am I gonna have to wait out for this ball charge?
Yeah, I think so.
Come on, come on. Right foot,
I did it too early again.
right.
I'm just gonna keep going until I lose.
One. Left, left.
I think you have to, the visual cue would just be to just look at the jumps.
I used to be like very consistent at that. Then I just stopped playing this game.
Right. Left, left. Right foot, right foot. One. Left, right foot.
So yeah, if you notice, you have to wait for a big committal punch. Like when he throws jabs,
Yeah.
you can't really just dodge out of the way and hit him with a counterattack afterwards. You have to wait for him to do like a hook or an uppercut or some form of big committal punch.
Do something.
We don't like those jabs.
Thank
There
you.
we go.
Okay, there we go.
That was stressful.
Oh my god, that was just annoying. That was just annoying on my end.
You're an up-and-coming boxer. Kid quick.
Kid quick.
Left, left. One.
Which, as his name implies, you have like a small window of time to just counter his stuff, and yeah, and sometimes you can sneak in the right hooks in there. Wow, he just let them all through. Yeah, sometimes he'll let them through. Other times when you saw him do a right hook, he'll dodge and move out of the way a little bit, but that just means he has to readjust his pattern.
Yeah.
By the way, I love these names for the different boxers. Great names.
Pizza pasta.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think Chad can read it entirely because it's getting a little cut off, but
It's definitely a different aspect ratio.
Here's a knockout.
Alright, this is probably where I'm gonna lose.
Yeah, Sandman is a very tough fight when it comes to the arcade series.
Sandman's stuff is fun in this game.
Kind of ironic that Sandman is final fight for this loop, and he's also the final fight in Punch-Out Wii, and yet he's not the final fight when it comes to Super Punch-Out nor Mike Tyson's Punch-Out.
Do something, buddy. No jabs.
Ooh. So to those that are curious as well, if you are wanting to play this game blindfolded, which is a very brutal task, you can listen for the ringing of the bell to let you know that your super meter's full, and then you can just start using high supers. And
Let me hit you!
Yeah, Sandman is brutal in this game.
There we go.
Okay, that's knockdown
Got
number
a
one.
knockdown.
But luckily his... there we go, there's that super meter. Yeah, with Sandman, it's a lot tougher to sneak in the right hooks when he's just guarding. He's not going to let most, if not any of them through.
Okay, this might be where it ends.
Yeah, this is a very...
Okay, that's it.
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately with this
Well,
game,
that's
when
that.
timer hits zero, when
Dang.
time hits 0, it doesn't move on to the next round.
Yeah.
GG's.
Good attempt though. That was a good attempt.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Anyways, for both of you, is there anything you want to say before we end off, or do you want to shout out?
No.
Not really. Okay, what about you, 45?
Honestly, shout out to Sebastian for putting on a good run for Super Punch-Out, and then also to the Super Punch-Out community. We've really moved forward in a very positive way, and we just want to thank them for doing all the developments that they did for the course of this run.
Yeah, and thank you for being here, everyone. You guys and brothers in particular, but also viewers, because it wouldn't be anything without you. But yeah, with that being said, move on to the next run, which is Cuphead DLC All Levels, the best category by GamerAttack27. And yeah, bye bye.
Bye-bye.